welcome back to my channel. My name is Tati the Vet. Welcome back to the channel that is the latest in the building. Ignore the peanut butter, like honestly. I'm here with Ngoe, Mary, the queen, the gal, the one and only Ngoe. So 15 things we wish we knew before we applied or we came
to vet school. Yeah, before we came
to vet school. First thing is that veterinary medicine is diverse. It's not just medicine. Like,
it's actually very true.
It's very half of the time you're taught how to deal with human beings.
Yes,
actually,
human behavior. And you have things like you have to work in an abattoir. You have to work with meat.
Is that medicine?
5-year-old me would have been like, what?
That's vet? I thought vet was just medicine.
I just want to inject dogs and like head out.
That's all. I thought that's what we're gonna do. But no,
really so diverse.
It's very diverse.
You have wild animals.
Yes.
You can just go and do research.
Completely.
You can go to pharmacology. It's just
like you don't have to be a doctor. Like you don't have to be a vet, like a practicing vet. Yeah. There's so many profitable careers. You can just research, you can lecture, you can go into
NASA.
What did you think? And you can even just be a farmer, because they teach you the basics and everything that you need to start a successful farm. Plus with your medical background and like the connections you'll have, sorted. Why are you being a vet? So if I knew, well, it's nice, something nice to know.
Yeah, but it just like it just hits you like this is more than one thing. It's not just clinical medicine, it's not just treating, it's sick medicine. Yeah, it's like so many other interesting things. It's even so hard to say I'm going to specialize in this because there's just so many possibilities.
And that's a good thing, because nobody wants to be in a shallow or
like a one road.
Like you want options, because you can even become a human pathologist.
Yeah, you can
go work with human beings.
What is this? A microbiology lab, like a lab section for human beings, because in the end it's the same thing.
That is awesome. This I decided to open other things. Another thing is the workload is
okay, like we were saying, it's diverse.
It's very important to understand that the workload of vet school is a lot. It's not hard. I don't think vet school is hard. Like, you can comprehend the information. You just need to be able to read fast and get that information.
And your mind is working
over time. There is no time for you to be lagging.
No, you can't lag, bruh. No lag. Ain't no lag here, bruh.
Like it's like the content is a lot, but when you study and finish, everything just comes together.
It comes together.
And it becomes something this small. And
that's what
that's the concept that is in that module.
One thing I love about our school, like our studying, is like in the end, in your 4th and 5th year, things are just linking up so much that it feels like a repetition. It's like you keep doing it over and over and over and over and over and over. Like, look at how many times you have done foot and mouth. Look at how many times you have seen
like lumpy skin.
Yeah, like it comes
even with pathology. They just
keep coming back, and then your brain just keeps like a puzzle. Like, this goes here, so that goes there.
Yeah, it's like you're taught random things, and then towards the end they bring all those things together. Now, my dear, the aim is to whoop.
You need to.
We spoke about the dedication. I think it's very important for anybody that wants to study vet to understand that it's gonna take some dedication, commitment, and you have to be determined, because you get tired.
And it actually takes a few things from you. Like, you want to be with your friends, but you want to rest.
Yes, like I really do not. I want to come see you guys, but I also need to rest.
Because our type of hanging out is like, you just come in the room, you find a place to eat and lay down, and people like you're hanging out, but like you're just sitting there in silence.
That's the only hangout. So when you go to like see other people and they want to like hang out another way, you're just like
something that needs the brain. You're just like, guys, for the last 5 years, my brain has been like
no. The only thing I need to do right now is rest. Okay. Another thing, it's very demanding in terms of like your time, your emotions. Like it takes away time from friends and family. It takes away time. Like
your spiritual being, everything. It's just everything is
for you to survive in vet. You have to understand that you have to cut out certain things.
Yeah, it feels like you're committing to a relationship for 6 years. That's how I'll describe it to you. Like when
they're very demanding
and very kind of toxic, but really toxic.
Like
low key, high key toxic
relationship kind of sort of thing. That's what you're doing.
When the person calls you and says, "Where are you?" You just drop and you say, "I need to study now."
That is vet school, my dear.
That is
vet school. Like I've had so many uncles that passed and I couldn't bury them because I was writing 2 tests next week and I can't move them because the other week I'm writing again.
In the morning, it's like you just mourn for a day,
for 2 days or something,
and you move on. Like I've written an exam, like well, like I just lost my cousin 6 days ago. I just write an exam and
you are literally hurt, but
you are crying and studying, my dear.
You're like I don't have the time to sit in the saddle of sadness. I'm sorry.
It's a very toxic relation.
Demanding. Emotionally, if you're not stable, you will just do you know how many?
Why we make it? Sorry for cutting it. It's because like we are a friendship.
Yeah.
I noticed if I did not have my friends, people going through the same thing, people who can just
say are honest about it.
And you know everyone struggles. If I had people who are just up there and they are perfect,
I'm getting 90s, I'm getting 100.
I would have third year lost it. Maybe just
I was going to become a technician.
Yes, please.
As a technician.
Like it's just I think because the friends you make here become family, man. It feels like I've known you for like 4 years.
That's a long
time. It feels like some of the people I've known for like 12 years, she can't even compare. She's like up there because I feel like we've had so many pains, struggles, situations.
We wrote a supplement to get our first sub. Fish and B. Why must we come back and write Fish and B? You build relationship. For you to survive vet school, you have to build such tight relationships. Otherwise, you will lose your mind.
If you don't have anyone.
Because you don't have anybody that can understand.
Like if you like talk to them, it's like different struggles. I'm talking about
it's hard.
I'm talking about 15, 18 species. They are like one species shade thrown,
my dear.
Y'all see that shade? So like it's really different struggles. So.
Also 6 years is actually a very long time.
Ooh. Actually for me it went by fast. There are gaps that I just like my second year completely gone. First year I know it was a struggle, but I cannot pinpoint when first year was.
I only remember years by what happened in the exam time. Third year I only remember that's it. I don't remember the whole year. Exactly. Like you realize that year wasn't that deep. I only remember third year because of Fish and B.
Oh yes.
And virology, because virology was a lot.
Wasn't my
I forgot that. What else did we do?
We even had systemic pathology. We had things like toxicology, but they don't play a role because in the end, it's the one thing
that made the impact, that made that year. That
first year anatomy, my nigga.
A lot, guys. Realizing that we actually did this, like I actually thought, looking in my head was telling me, maybe the world will end by third year, so I won't have to worry about those 2 other years. The world did not end.
The world was like, even in Corona, you shall struggle with other struggles.
While everybody else is on lockdown at their houses, attending school online, what did the Rona say?
Skin glowing, zero stress. You're just here
with your stress, my dear. I wish we knew before applying is the location of the school. So like for me, I don't think I have a problem with where it is, but I wish I knew where it was and the struggle around getting certain things here. So it would have helped me maybe to plan, maybe get my learners early, get my driver's license early, get a car early, because all those things I didn't really think about them.
For me, I kind of love this situation, honestly. It's like depending on the day, I'm biased against it. The other day, I'm like, I love it. Okay, I love the isolation because I'm not a very social person. But sometimes you just the hassle of being in town is too much,
guys.
And the weather.
Majis, this place is cold.
It's cold.
It's like
coming from one of the hottest places in Namibia, hot and humid. This place is dry. When I came here, I used to get headaches because
it's just thin and it's so
hurts you.
So dry and so cold.
Coming from a place where the maybe like lowest temperature is 24 on a winter day. Coming here -2, -8. My body was just like, hey!
You will see how coming up.
The stone. Yeah. Guys, there's water in there.
Okay, let me try breaking it. Oh. You guys.
Dog must stop making us come before time. Yeah.
You work with human beings more than you do
with
the animals, actually.
Because it goes like this. You're the vet, you have the client / owner. That's the person who / farmer. That's the person who owns the animal. Then you have your patient. Your patient is down there on the third row. You cannot get to the patient without going through.
Before the patient, there's even the header or the child, whoever even feeds the animal before the actual owner.
You have to go like
so many human beings. And human beings, farmers, they lie.
Oh, niggas be lying.
I know that wound isn't for yesterday. Necrotic. Why are you telling me? It just happened yesterday.
Bruh.
Yesterday. Really? Okay.
Sure. I'ma believe you.
I wish Daisy spoke. Why can't Daisy the cow speak?
Because like sometimes you're just like, sometimes you get the most vague information and they want you to perform a miracle and you just look at the person like, but luckily somehow we do.
Haibo. And the funny thing is, most of the people say, I'm gonna do vet because I don't get along with human beings.
No, you will not be able to do it. Be a vet.
You will be a terrible vet because they give you the solution. They have the
first line of our medicine is history. You have to ask even the most dumbest question like when, and the person says yesterday. Then you're like, again, when? What was the date yesterday? Then all of a sudden the farmer is talking about January, but it was yesterday. You see? So you have to ask and these people don't give the information.
No, they don't.
Like, I'm not going to judge you, my nigga. Just tell me, but I'm going to judge you afterwards.
Yes,
you need to hear what you did
when
wrong.
When you're gone, I'm a judge you though. Vet school is expensive. We don't pay our own tuition, but in general, everything else, the kind of shoes you need, the kind of like the clothing, it's
stethoscopes.
It's expensive. You can't come here.
Glasses.
After a few years of reading on the PC,
because you'll be staring at your computer like it's your only friend.
Your meds, like you always have. Some of us suffer from migraine.
The energy.
Food. You need. Guys, vet school is expensive.
And when you travel, you need to. The specific things you need. You go for a trip for 1 week. You need like lotion, specific lotions, like sunscreen. You need food. You need snacks. You need hats. Like, you need a jacket that is warm.
It's just not.
It's really expensive.
It's not a cheap course. You will struggle because there's so many things that are expected. You have to buy your own surgical kits. You have to buy your own stethoscope. You have to all these other things. It's so expensive. When you go on these trips, other students have these things that are helping them. iPads. It's easier to study. You are in the bus. You are coming from a trip. You
have to come present your research. You obviously are there on your iPad. You just
now PC. What must I carry my PC or what?
Where will you get battery life now,
my dear? So this course is expensive, my dear.
Actually
and I think it's very important for parents to understand. Just because your kids are getting like a,
it just hit me right now. Like, I spent so much money. I could have a car right now.
This is what happens, my dear.
The horse just decides,
I'm a
kick.
Ooh, there's a reflection. Let me do this.
It's literally like you have to you need a good phone for pictures. You need, it's just like things you never thought
it's actually very expensive.
It is very expensive.
This final year 6th year is even more expensive because you're all over the country every second week. You don't see your loan providing that money, do you? Oh, we already spoke about there's a lot that you can become.
Oh yes,
you can become a lot of things. Epidemiologist. You can work in the office. You can be the CEO of Midco.
Microbiologist.
You can be the Minister of Agriculture. You can be the Minister of Education also. You can be anything you want.
Yeah, you really, it's not limiting.
Oh, this one. You don't have actually a lot of contact with animals until after the 3rd year. The first year, dead.
Now that's it's like,
but I thought we were going to start already.
I thought because we have the preclinical years where it's just dead animals. Now we actually have models, but when we started, they were like no plastic animals. Now they have plastic animals. We had just like dead animals. Like the first 2 years, you're just doing anatomy on dead animals.
Yeah.
Third year, you have clinical diagnosis. That's when you start to touch animals more. Like,
But we went to class and you would have one practical where we were doing maybe the nerves, like veins, the jugular vein, tail vein, but it's not the same hands-on as we do it right now. And you spend more time preclinical. You're in the lab.
Parasitology. It's just
post-mortem anatomy lab. You're just in labs. I didn't know that I was going to be smelly when I come back from some days we smell like I don't even know.
It's only when you get home and somebody is like, and you're like, what? Then you're like, you smell like a cow. Like, that's cute type of smells.
In terms of smells, we work with animals. Animals are not human beings. They poop when they want to poop. They pee when they want to pee. A dog can vomit if he wants to vomit. Things like anal glands while you are trying to
in your hand.
If you get anal juice on you,
guys, just
you're gonna smell for the next 6 days.
If your hair is like braided, just take it out, soak it in tomato sauce, sit there, wash it off, soak it in tomato sauce again. It's still to vet school. I wish I went to work with some vets and some, I understand what they mean by like comparing myself to where, because I volunteered in second year, the state vet for a month, to where I am now. Even if you went there before you came here, you would be so blind.
Like, I think it's a thing of
now
just to understand
or see what they do.
What they do, but
it's blinding. Like you won't notice it. It's like
you don't know anything. You don't see the actual things.
Because now
all you see is the dog comes in, the owner says injection gone.
You will not notice this person took a whole history. They were asking. You think they're just making conversation like, oh, when did Daisy last eat? How is Daisy been? And they keep asking these questions while they're doing that. They're touching the dog.
Yeah. You think they're
palpating.
You think they're just rubbing.
They look at the eyes. You're just like,
like,
they're petting, and then
But job shadowing will help. Do it so that you know that vet is not fun and games.
Yeah.
And I advise that you do both private and state. And SPCA, so just get a general view of. But even if you do not want to be a practicing vet, you can come and study and become an epidemiologist. You can become a diagnostician. You can. There's so many things you can become. I wish I knew that I was going to develop such bad habits.
You have to find some.
Yeah, you have to find something to.
Because, like I'm saying, your friends.
Yeah.
If your friends are not there, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you actually have to find something.
Find yourself watching anime, playing,
shooting guns. Hours
like
hours.
Guys, you are like you find you have to find something that is just your guilt pleasure.
Yeah. Something to relax. You're chilling with your friends. If you have to do certain things like sports,
have to go for a run. If you need to sleep,
but
for
you
6
have
hours.
to release that stress in some way. Just let it
don't
go.
pent it up.
Yeah. If you keep it here, it's going below.
So you're gonna die.
I find there's one thing that I think, if I had to say it's a bad habit or something that developed for me having gone to vet school, is I can't talk to people like other people.
I became more social.
Yo, bruh, I used to be the social one.
Yeah, people think it's the other way. I'm most likely from my friends to keep a conversation going with a stranger.
I will sit there and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what I must say. By the time I actually have decided the person is gone. Then making an effort to talk to somebody. Ooh.
Oh, I love talking to people because it's like I'm like I enjoy it because I'm seeing another world. I think that's why. Because I'm like, let's go. When I meet a stranger, I spend like 30 minutes talking to this lady in a line, and we're talking about baking utensils. I want to have other experiences that are not that, but I don't get the opportunity to do it a lot. I think that's the sad part.
I don't even have friends outside vet school. My best friend was here. She wasn't doing vet, but she was doing animal science. I don't know how to. Like every other friend that I've met through I've met through a friend that is from here.
A friend of a friend.
Like, go out, Emily, and while you're in the aisles and meet somebody, say, hi,
I
hi,
talk
oh my
to
God, I
people.
love your hair, thank you. If somebody says, hi, I love your hair, thank you. I'm like, why is she looking at my hair? But
Raining sometimes.
well, the last point that we wanted to say is that vet school is not only the love of animals, it's a lot more.
You will not survive.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't come with the concept of I love animals. It's not actually it's not a petting zoo. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I agree.
Because I think I also, when I applied, I was like, oh, vet school is so fun, we're gonna be playing with dogs. No, there's no running around with dogs. We do horse duty and it's annoying.
It's a drag. Like, I remember my cousin once asked me, do you love animals? And I said no. Then she's like, why are you a vet? And I was like,
I love some of the animals. I love dogs.
I love medicine.
Oh
Yeah,
I also love medicine.
Because I was like, I'm gonna be one type of doctor. I was like, human, baby kids. Then I was like, I would not take the heart of losing a child. And then I realized I actually do like veterinary medicine, but like I don't like. I know there's things you have to do. You have to slaughter animals for meat. Yeah. As long as you do it well. I don't like.
I think I respect animals and I understand that it's a common. Like, I love dogs, but I love my dog. I don't go around in the street with every dog that I see. Oh my goodness, they're just certain dogs. I'm like, don't touch me.
I'm like, okay, cute.
I respect them. I'm not gonna kick a dog for no reason. I'm not going to be the person hitting dogs with sticks or whatever. But also, I'm not going to be so overly protective if people like want to slaughter a cow.
Yeah, like.
I understand.
It needs to happen.
I respect that.
As long as you do
services, we provide services. It's a balance.
So not
if the love of animals, we don't hug animals or no trees.
You just need to. You will not make it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the love is not going to be the one that will. You have to actually focus. What is it that you want? Yeah. So you love animals, but is that love strong enough to drive you to be the driving force for 6 years? There by third year, this is third year, you will reconsider, do I really love animals?
Infectious diseases come now. You have to do microbes. You're like, why should I do this? Now you have to do parasites, flies, and you're like,
yes,
no.
Manika, the first 3 years, everything else but animals.
Please don't disturb the animal while you're doing
it. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for tuning into my channel. You're definitely going to be seeing Lungo on the channel, okay? Especially because we're going back into lockdown and we're gonna be here, so we're gonna be talking to you guys constantly. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Bye.